Hello, this is Phillip Palmer, and I'm the sound mixer on El Camino. There's not a lot of dialogue in this section, but a great track of music from Dr. Hook. Vince wrote a giant cigar inching into view. It's pretty cringeworthy when the rolled-up body hits the pavement. I love the shot from the cab looking back when the music starts and they chuck the shoe and the body into the back. We cut here to the Painted Desert. We left Albuquerque for a couple of days and moved the company to Arizona. Jesse Plemons is really comfortable with singing and had prepared to sing the song live. I put an earpiece, we call them earwigs, in his off-camera ear. That's his right ear. When Vince gave the cue, I hit play. He fed it to Jesse like he was listening to the radio. It was as if it was his favorite song. We only had to do it a couple of times from the tow rig. That's when we're towing the car and Jesse. And once free driving, that's when Jesse was driving it himself. The hand gestures out the window are perfect.
Sharing the night together, yeah. Sharing the night together, yeah. Sharing the night.
The shot where Aaron Paul is riding in the back of the Elko was filmed nearly at the end of our production, on stage back in Albuquerque. It was a collaboration of all departments to make it work. Special effects had to make the vehicle rock back and forth and appear to turn. Props had to make items soft so they didn't injure Aaron in any way. There were moving lights to give the illusion of movement. There's an outtake somewhere of Aaron singing along.
Hi, I am Diane Mercer. I'm the executive producer of the movie, and I also am the post-producer. And with me is...
I'm Joey Reinisch, first assistant editor.
And Joey, I think you and I both have great love for this scene in the movie.
This scene is my favorite scene in the entire movie.
Is it really? Why is that?
For sure. This scene to me has everything that Breaking Bad had in it. In just like
totally
one
agree.
Consolidated, condensed bit. You have this like amazing dark comedy that Vince can do. And then it goes into the conversation. I don't want to jump too far ahead, but the conversation between Jesse and Todd, where the conversation isn't even really anything they're actually saying. It's all subtext and all this hidden meaning behind that whole end conversation.
Yes.
Rambling way to describe it, but...
No, that's absolutely, I totally agree. I mean, it's literally like a little microcosm of all of Breaking Bad in 5 minutes.
Yes.
Because it starts with these beautiful vistas, beautiful widescreen desert vistas, with the the colors of the desert and the colors of the sky, and then it drills down into this really intimate, awkward, funny, ultimately tragic scene between two characters, one of whom barely says anything.
Yeah.
Nicely.
This spot in particular right here, I don't think ever did not get a laugh.
Right.
Even when we were like cutting it, seeing it for the 10th time,
Yes.
It's just so uncomfortable. Like you just can't stand it.
Absolutely attest to it, because I think I've actually seen this movie more than even you. At least the finished version of it. And yeah, I laugh every time he asks Jesse if he wants to say a few words.
No.
And just the way he says no, and just like the fact that he has the like wherewithal to say no in that moment,
It's just this is a Jesse who has just sort of accepted what life is, and I think that's what makes this moment so amazing to me.
Yes,
is that it's one of the few times when he's with Todd that you see past the hardened like callous, and he's just so broken. And it's like the only time he lets it show that it just hits so much harder than pretty much any of the other Todd stuff. And it's like funny along the way. And Todd is, Jesse Plemons is awesome, but it's
So
just
good.
like here you remember Jesse the character and just how destroyed he is at this point.
Yeah, and you have to see this moment where, I mean, he is literally given in this moment an almost guaranteed shot at freedom,
Mm-hmm.
and he can't take it.
He can't take it.
And, I mean, the Nazis are away for the whole weekend. He knows that. He knows where the money is.
He just has so little confidence
He
that
just
nothing has
can't-
gone right so far.
He's so broken, and his brain is so he's been so manipulated over the course of these months in captivity that he just doesn't even have the strength to do it. And it hurts so much for him because we, the audience, obviously we know what else is coming, and it's and obviously Aaron Paul's so unbelievably great in this scene. And I think Vince actually said, I think that one shot where he cries, where the one tear falls, I swear Vince said it literally every take was the exact same moment when the
I
tear,
remember him talking about that. It's
when the
so
tear
incredible.
fell. I mean, that's how good Aaron Paul is, and how in the moment he is as an actor, and it's just so heartbreaking to see him go through all of this. And right here too, like this is so perfect Todd, the pathos of Todd right here.
And to what you were saying earlier, even thinking of this scene, I didn't realize how little Jesse actually speaks, Jesse the character.
Yeah.
Like, it's Aaron just
Uncle Jack says
communicating with body language, and you just feel it.
Yeah. I mean, he has one word.
Yeah.
One word. It's such a great scene.
Hi, this is Jason Tregoe Newman. I'm the music editor for El Camino. This is the second Jesse searching sequence, and we wanted to make sure it felt quite different than the first. We wanted to get into Jesse's head with the music. The music supervisor, Thomas Gulubich, and myself went through hundreds of tracks looking for the perfect one. We pitched 12 of the strongest songs to Vince. He listened to all of them and then came back to us and said, what if we combined version 8, which was Curzon by Demdike Stare, and version 11, which was Spiky by Red Snapper? What if we played those on top of each other at the same time? Now, these are 2 tracks by 2 different bands, have no relation to each other, but I've learned in my career to try every crazy idea that comes my way, because you never know which one's going to be magic. After we were done listening to the first pass of these 2 songs played together, there was a moment of silence, and then Joey, our assistant editor, spoke up and said, I feel bad. I do not want to be that guy. That's exactly what we were going for. That sold it. And we tried 9 different versions before we got to the one that you hear in the film. Through various time stretching and pitch manipulation, we got these pieces working in perfect chaotic harmony together. By the time we get to the end of this scene, hearing these 2 songs fighting with each other the whole way, you really do feel as stressed out as Jesse is.
Hi, I'm Jenn Carroll, co-producer on El Camino. This is one of my favorite sets. This is as bad as we see it. This is the 4th stage of Todd's apartment. The first one being the flashback where everything's clean, and the second one being after the police search, where Judy and Ashley had brought in a forensics tech advisor, Stephen Marshall, to walk through the set with us and show us all of the things the police would tear apart, which is more than we were expecting. He told us, they're going to open up every cabinet, dump out every box of cereal, just so that you check to see if guns are hiding in them or drugs, who knows what, or money. And they would put a Post-it note on anything they opened up so that they would know, K1 for the kitchen. You see some of that on the door of the fridge, or the bedroom might say like B1. And if Post-it's on the door, it means that room's been searched already. Oh, this is one of my favorite special effects gags in the movie. Vince had written into the script that he wanted to be macro close on these ghost prints evaporating so that Jesse knew something was up with the door. And so he asked Werner in the special effects team, is this going to be a tricky thing to do? Should we look into visual effects? And they were like, oh yeah, very complicated, but we'll give it a shot. And then, a few minutes later, they sent us a video of our special effects technician Bob House doing exactly what we wanted it to look like. And it's one of those really simple practical effects. All we had to do was warm up Aaron's fingers right before we shot, and then when he touched the door, which was sort of naturally chilly on set, it created those beautiful evaporating ghost prints. Oh, this is a fun thing for people viewing the second time. Casey here in his hand has a lockpick set. He doesn't have a key. And he played it as if he were, picking a lock, so that folks might not notice the first time, but the second time they watched, they'll know that's not a real cop. This scene is one of the trickiest pieces of score in the movie because Dave Porter rightfully scored it from Jesse's point of view, the tension of these cops arriving. But also we've got Tom Bauer here, and he is hilarious. He's so funny that every time we shot this shot, his close-up, which turns into a close-up of the two guys after he leaves, Vince had to be, held back from running to the set because he was laughing so hard. He wanted to go and see Tom do another take. But we had to finish the shot out because the two guys still had... Well, Neil has one line left in the scene, so we'd be physically holding Vince back like, no, let us finish the take before you run out there. But I'll also say, we wanted to leave room for that comedy amidst the score of all of the tension, and so Dave ended up thinning it out a few times when Tom Bauer is talking, so that we still have that levity, which is, few and far between in the movie, but we still had the tension of, oh my God, these cops are here and Jesse is trapped.
Okay. I'll start here. You start in the back.
Hi, my name's Trina Siopy, and I am the assistant prop master on El Camino. Oh, the gloves. Any actor will speak on how hard it is to put rubber gloves on. Baby powder. The secret is baby powder, but, just the right amount, because too much, it makes a cloud. Too little, and you're still dealing with the sticky. The Vominos Pest overalls, a little Easter egg there. And I actually was hiding in the closet here with the camera. Easier for resets. This is where he spots the tarantula with the awesome figurines that were actually made for a train set. People that do train collecting and things like that.
Dude's got a tarantula.
Lay down, and my favorite prop ever that I've ever had to make with a snow globe. And the idea came from Vince for Todd to have a little hobby. So we started making snow globes. I kind of made them a little bit gory, and Vince kind of turned me into making them a little bit creepier, a little odd, or I should say a little odd, strange, just like Todd. I did some with a stripper, and he's like, oh, well, let's put a fishbowl in the strip with the stripper, things like that. And we have Jesse with the Ruger P85. He's gonna take the Glock 17 from our fake cop, and you can see the encyclopedias there that we carved out. Myself and Claudia Azurmendi, another prop assistant, carved every one by hand. We did the whole set. This is right when he kind of figures out something's maybe not right. And he will pull out his Kimber 1911.
You find something?
Hi, I'm Scott MacArthur. I play Neil.
I'm Scott Shepard. I'm the one with the mustache.
I remember here they actually had to build an extra wide hallway because of the size of my head. But
because of the size of your head?
Yeah. Extra wide head. Always throws camera departments for a little bit of a loop.
I like that that paint peel off the wall. That's really a thorough search, if you're looking for money.
Lieutenant?
The paint peel definitely gives you a caged animal type feel.
Yeah.
I remember when we got to this point, we realized how fortuitous it was that I was left-handed.
That's perfect for this corner.
Well, in the script, Vince had used the verb to Kilroy, which I'd never heard. I had to look up, and that's what it means to kind of peek your head around slightly from a corner.
Yeah, you just put your eyes over and maybe your nose.
Yeah, it goes back to some sort of shipping term.
There's a piece of graffiti, I think. You'd see that guy with just his nose over the edge.
Yeah. God, this feels like we just shot it.
Yeah. This was a very intense perspective for me. It's like,
there was a lot.
My friend gonna shoot me.
Just almost to this whole production, maybe more so than anything else I've really worked on, is once you got into these spaces that were built just so detailed and so well, and then of course what Aaron's bringing to it and the history of it, I think it made it so much easier, at least for me, maybe us, but I don't want to speak for you, to just drop into this world. And because this was one of the first scenes we all shot together.
Yeah. And the set, you're right, the set really, you just sort of drop into it. It felt familiar from the show.
Yeah, absolutely. The world, the tone, and you're just really trusting the language that, obviously, I think it's safe to say that Vince can write a script. So it just kind of starts going. I remember during one of the takes, it's one of the more intense scenes we filmed. In one of the takes, you slipped into an Irish accent, which I still don't understand why.
Did I?
Yeah, you did. And I thought it was because you were trying to break me up. Of course, I was thinking, like, what's he doing? Maybe. I just going
how is he going to try
dead?
to sabotage me now?
Yeah. And Aaron heard it too, so I don't know where it came from, really.
It must have really happened.
I think it did.
I got carried away with the emotion.
This moment of hog tying him, I remember after like the fourth or fifth take, Aaron said, yo, MacArthur, can you do me a favor? And I said, yeah, what's up? And he goes, can you try acting? I said, what do you mean? He said, you're really tying my hands to the point where they're about to bleed. And sure enough, his wrists had some pretty significant marks on them from the extension cord.
Oh, well, he got you back with that bite on the finger.
Yes, and then he bit my finger. He did bite my finger. It's amazing to see this all cut together, because to get that angle of Aaron's face, they cut a drop floor in there. So the camera was actually in the floor.
Right. They took out the floor, and the camera guy was waist deep in there, or maybe even deeper, shooting upward.
Yeah, I think this whole set was elevated about 6 feet.
That's right.
On risers. So for that shot, the whole camera crew was beneath us in the floor looking up, which was really cool.
Mm-hmm. Tom Bauer.
Just seeing you guys together it brings such a smile to my face.
I love Tom. He's an old theater guy.
Yeah.
This scene was shot on location. So when we're inside the apartment, we're on the set, which they built. They built an exact replica of this in the studio. But this was my first day of shooting. Here I'm doing a little shifting from side to side. That's my indication that I'm not really a cop.
I see that. I didn't. You know what? It read, and I didn't notice it, and I think that's effective acting.
You can watch this scene later to study.
I will. I will break it down. I break all these scenes down for my 4-year-old son. I'm not sure he gets it, but that's okay. He's just such a great actor, and just this character. He was just so realized. It was so much fun to watch.
Yeah, it was hard not to laugh whenever Tom showed up.
Yeah.
Show me the money. I let you go.
I like this moment where you put the gun down and you talk to him like a friend for a second.
I remember when we filmed it, we kind of played it a couple different ways to figure out when the moment was to drop the gun. It's kind of the nice part about working with Vince is that, you know, he's so specific, but he's still open to ideas and the discovery process when you're filming it. This whole scene, actually, the choreography of this, of getting the refrigerator off and how the money was in there and how much of the money Aaron could take by a certain line to kind of all work, you know, was a real collaborative effort, really, with every department,
right?
As most a whole film is, but this in particular had so much coordination that had to really be executed. And
well, Vince was so great on set in terms of, you know, inventing new things as he went. You know, he really brought his writer self to the set.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's constantly coming up with new ideas to try.
Yeah. There's a scene way later in the movie. I know we're supposed to be talking about this one, but the scene way later in the movie, in the final shootout, where the shattered glass falls to the ground and it makes the three remaining henchmen kind of snap back and look. I remember was a in the moment idea that Vince had, and it's kind of emblematic, though, of just to always be open to what's in front of you. Even with this final moment here of Aaron slapping the gun was, you know, something we had found while we were shooting that moment right there.
Right.
And it's really kind of it's an amazing moment to not have had previously scripted, because it's such a defining moment of where his character is in terms of an overall arc and also just the threat level that I pose.